Welcome back to Factorio MSX Gigabase, our marathon tech price SpaceX Extreme campaign. UPS isn't too bad. Okay, so I've been laying down a little bit of solar. In fact, all of this now has solar laid down. It's just going to take a little while for it to finish all that off, so obviously our construction bots are going to be a bit busy. It probably isn't helping, but it's probably not the only cause for a massive steel crisis. If you have a look at Big Bro Steel, where all of these trains are lined up trying to get the steel they need, and you can see there's just no iron really to speak of coming through to supply the steel stack with the resources that it needs. So we need to deal with that, and there's a number of issues up here, but there is actually enough trains coming through, so it's not that's not actually the cause, but we will deal with this in due course. But before we do that, I keep finding that this stack here, little bro baby still, keeps jamming, and it's because there's too many steel trains that end up waiting here, and then there's no room for the iron trains to come in. So what we're going to do is quickly add a couple more of the stackers to this arrangement. Something I probably don't need half of this stuff, but what's that? That doesn't look like something I use anymore. So let's grab that. Let's grab that and see if I can we will need to first of all get rid of these guys, which might make everything come to a halt, but that's alright because we'll very quickly restore them when we lay down this blueprint. There. And of course we will need an extra connection just there. I must have missed out the oops. Still doesn't look entirely happy, does it? There we go. Now at the front end, and in spite of our shortage, we are still pressing on with science fairly quickly. That's mining productivity 205. Next up is 206. They're at 82,000 a piece now because of the marathon tech prices. I doubt I want this guy. I do need a chain signal just there though. Now let's see, is that working? We are getting some movement, so I would have to say that that does appear to be successful. Hopefully that means this won't congest. Now let's make a dash over here. What I guess I will do now is probably get rid of some of the excess that we have here. Or do I need to? I do need to come over here. We need to fix up this mine, which is close to dead but not dead. It needs to be enhanced. I.e. these patches need to be covered densely just to get rid of the rest of it. I need to fix up this problem, and I think there's also this situation here. It's basically just about as bad as before we made the change, because so much of the bots are coming way over here to access stuff. This is the problem with a very large field that's actually fairly thinly populated. It kind of moves around rapidly and a lot. So I guess what I want to do is fix these things up, and then I also want to put some landfill in so that I can get out here, so that we can get to this 457 and that 258, because that'll be the future of this iron stack. So I guess we'll head there. Let's head to iron smelting 3. If it's in here, there it is. Let's go. Not quite sure exactly how long I've spent so far, but you need to move, dude, because we want to get out. Where are you going? I'm trying to get up there. Okay. Well, at least that one's finally moved. I'm guessing it's just... maybe not. Let's just see. Oh yeah, it's going straight up here. This is partly due to the residual from the problem that we had here, but we shouldn't have that problem anymore, so with a bit of luck this area will clear. Of course, it doesn't help our overall train numbers when we're spending so much on train congestion. But while we're travelling, just to check in on some of these other things, so copper ore, we still have 1.5 million here, but over here, this one is 372 plus 7.2 plus 11, so under 400,000 in total. The 11's buried under here, so it probably will never get accessed, because I doubt I'll bother rearranging everything just for 11, but I would like to see that little bit cleared off. And of course the other one is down here, and these two little bits represent all that's left, which is 8.5 in total, which well, it is multiplied, well, twice this number actually. I think in the stoned episode I mentioned that it was like 300 or 3 times, but it's actually 5 times. So it says it's 8.5, but there's actually effectively 42 there. I mean, you can even see it, they go up by about 5 every time these complete a cycle. So anyway, that means that this whole thing can get ripped out very soon. At least we have some coal left. I may well abandon this iron so that we can close these guys off. This one would then need a path outside of the iron to get up to here. Oh, and this copper is 3.6, so it still has a little bit of life. I'm kind of hoping that we can kill it off so that I can look into putting in pre-stackers around these things. Now, did we move? No, we still haven't moved. Alright, I might have to interfere to ensure that we can move. We going now? Okay, you are going to manual. We're going now. What's stopping us? Oh, steel. You're going to manual as well. Can we go now, please? How about now? Finally. Right, you can go back to auto, you can go back to auto, and we should be at our destination very soon. Yes, this poor thing, actually it does have iron at the moment, so that's good, but it's having to make a lot of trips to help fill this out. We can even have a look to see how we're going. We have, it would seem, we actually have no solar panels or accumulators. That shows you how far behind we are on 37 accumulators, but they're already committed to being picked up. But that shows you how far behind we are on material over here, so it will be a while before all that's done. In fact, half the bots are sleeping because they've run out of material that they can usefully put down. Or at least so they think. I just need to keep an eye on this part of the process to see that there are radars, there are roboports, and there are substations, so at least the infrastructure should be able to keep propagating itself for the time being without any interference from me. Now, we are almost at iron smelting 3 finally. I think that once we get up this sort of side path, I'll go to manual, keep on driving up here. There's no point stopping off here. This whole path may end up having to get shifted. Right, let me put in a piece there. Now we need to get up to iron, well, head towards iron 12 at least. So let's add that in. Iron 12. Circuit condition, let's go. Oh, it's letting us out immediately, that's nice. I think over here is probably fine. It's interesting how you get these holes in the design, but that is sort of intended because that then means that you can shift the tracks just over to where they've burnt a hole, and you have this bit on the other side that's nice and close to be able to mine. So, I mean, that's fine. Oh, and we're up here. So, right, let's try and fix these things up. I might actually start with this one down here, where we've let this thing come through because these guys don't actually need to have that extra. It only needs to be in this bit so that trains can get up there. So if I jump on board with a manual and pull this guy back a bit, basically until it's behind there. Now if we go back to automatic, it's still not happy. Okay, that didn't work. Alright, well, I'm obviously missing something, so back this guy back up again. Oh dear. Where's my guy? Here we go, I was hitting the wrong key. No path. Aha, this is the reason right there. So, that probably doesn't serve a lot of purpose. You can go to auto. This thing here is not useful. Now, let's come over to this fully depleted mine. Well, not quite fully depleted, but certainly significantly less than it once was. Let's put it that way. Clearly this is not going to work particularly. Let's move these guys out of here. let them empty those, move this out of the way. Right, now, where's my dense mining? Did I move it down here? I did actually, didn't I? That's basically the idea of what I want to do with these things. Let's get what we've got, exploit it as quickly as we can. And close the whole thing down, get our trains deployed somewhere more effectively. What else have we got? We've got a little bit out here. Fine, and one little piece here, I guess, you know, just for the hell of it, we may as well mine this one as well. Oh, I'm out of, there should be some of those up here. Red boxes, yep. Now, here. I guess we may as well, since we are here, finish the exploitation of all of these bits. And this one. Oh look, my bots have decided to join me. So where these guys are coming from is basically when I was in the train coming back up here, they all jumped out and started grabbing trees from all of the like all of this sort of area where it's covered trees, and they've now finally caught up to me since I stopped off at steel. So there you go. Alright, so that looks like an area that has been fixed for now. How many trains? We actually have 5 trains coming here. It's probably far too many, but at least it looks like they can 54. There's 200 there. I don't see any obvious bit where there is no miners. Oh, way down here. Too bad. Here's my train. That doesn't reach to here, does it? Let's go to manual, dude. I would like to empty out these bits. When you, oh, they share, don't they? Well, we don't need you at that extremity. We need you probably more like there. This one is probably in the way, so it can come over here. Put one there so that we can start slapping miners down. These guys need some power. Right, now, down here, it's not quite as urgent other than... In fact, there's actually probably too many miners here, so I might just leave the rest of this for now. This is more just to clear this up so that, I mean, this mine can ultimately get removed. Let's just see if I can get out of here. With luck, I can. I probably should have gone up rather than staying down low. Thanks, autosave. There's something way out there that probably needs attending to at some point. Right. Ooh, slow. Stop, 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 stop. The other thing that I want to deal with immediately is, yeah, this guy here. I could probably just about do it remotely. It is easier to do it if you're actually there, so I guess we'll go there. And then, as I said, I mean, this landfill is probably not the most useful, although these trains aren't going to try and get out there, so I could call the landfill train up, and then that would allow me to get over here, which to at least create the path, which I would like to do. So I may in fact do that. You head to landfill. I've already forgotten what it's called. Landfill Iron 3. Okay, landfill Iron 3. Until circuit condition, let's go. I must admit, when I first did this, I thought that it would completely wear this out, but with the multiplication by 5, it's really showing quite a strong lease of life. So we're down to 49 million, but that's after landfilling up all of the ocean that was around here. So yeah, there is that. How are you going? You are missing an ingredient, which looks like green circuits, because they're short of iron, no doubt. Alright, oh, we can move again. I actually probably should have got to that one, but never mind. See if we can get onto the top rung, because this still allows you know, multiple decisions, which I think is actually a bad idea, but that's fine. And we'll just park up here. Now what I want to do is well, I'll tell you one thing I want to do. I want to dump all of this stone back on the train. We can reprocess it into a new rail once it gets back to the main base, but I don't really want to carry it around coming down here. So for now, what I want to do is rip out all of these empty passive providers. Now let's do a little bit of math. We have 3, 6, 9, 10, which is probably too many trains. But 10 trains coming here, at most we would want about 160 miners, but probably somewhat less than that even at this point. Let's go to map mode and just see how many miners we actually have here. We've got 143, which is actually less than the 160. So I guess what I really want to do then is I don't really want to increase it because we're heading towards 10, which would be 100. But I would like to relocate the miners so that they're in these areas here and down below. It's all of those that I've got. Alright, well, I think there's a few up here that are in fairly pointless locations. I might leave that one because there's still a little bit of stuff out there that we can usefully grab. But those are fairly pointless, so... And these guns shouldn't really be required anymore. Right, what happened to... Now, what I would like to do is get my sparse mining blueprint, which I think is that one. And 2, 3, 4, 5. So that's put 20 more miners just here. We want some up here as well. 28. And now on this side, I don't want these guys just here. Anything. I want the substation. Oh, I'm out of substations, okay. Want the substation there. I want these these robo ports to move to somewhere more useful. Which may even be there and there. And we will populate this bit. And we need a few more medium power poles. Right. So, with these extra ones, oh, we could also do with one over there. So one more here, I guess. Good. With that set up there, we can probably eliminate a bunch of miners. So let me just set this to that, and we will eliminate a couple of rows here. This guy needs to be plugged back in. It's charging up, so he'll soon be plugged back in. Right, that should help a little bit with our UPS consumption. These are probably a little bit pointless. Whoops. Great. Come on, take all that junk off me. Yeah, that should help with a much closer bot travel for this particular mine. And we probably have run out of time, but I am going to press on. Let's see. Oh, landfill did make it up there. We will press on and come out here because we are going to need that fairly soon. Obviously these ones are starting to fall apart, and yeah. We also need to look at coal. Our coal supply over here is getting kind of desperate. This is completely empty. What about down here? That's completely empty. That's pretty bad. We seem to have a congestion issue down here as well, because nothing's getting through, because these things are parking over here, which they shouldn't do. Yeah, okay. Yeah, there's things that need to be done. Alright. Anyway, thanks for joining me this time, and I will catch you next time. Bye-bye for now.